Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, June the 12th. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, and there is no fucking way in hell that I will be trading tomorrow because I do not trade Friday the 13th. You believe in whatever the hell you want to believe in. Me, after having been in the movie theater when that first Friday the 13th came out when I was a little kid, no. I am not trading June 13th. If I made trades prior to it and they expire on June 13th, I got no problem, but I am not placing any new trades tomorrow, and that's more than enough on that subject. There I have for you in the intro there a little video of the beach that I was at the beach resort this morning, checking everything out because of the storm that we've had here recently, and yeah, even storms go away. And the storm that I'm talking about is this grind to the upside as we look at futures here, which are gapping down. We could finally have a gap down, unbelievably, after 7 gap ups in a row when they took that Fibonacci spiral May 19th date and turned it into a, you know what, we're gonna fucking make you wait until the full moon. So anyway, here we are on the futures. They're down 0.4% on the ES, 0.34% on the NQ, 0.5% on the YM, and a little bit better over on the Russell 2000, down 0.68%. You guys need to be quiet over there. I'm doing a video for everybody, and you can go bark and play with your toys in another place. So anyway, let's get on to this, because I congratulate all of you. I congratulate all of you that were involved in the spreads yesterday, and even though in the beginning your asshole got all puckered up thinking, oh God, here we go again, I gotta wait for the soap to drop so the guy bends over and I can get the perfect entry. Doesn't matter, man. Money is money, and it all matters about what happens at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, your 60-55, 60-50 calls that were 250 at the open, better timed 60-55, 60-50 calls 3 1/4, as we went over there and put in our little peak right there in the middle of the morning. And all of you got your full credit. Derek, ang galing talaga yung trading mo, brother. So here we are from Memorial Day. 4 red closes. Yesterday being the red close, the 4th one. 7 gap ups in a row. And May 19th having been that turn date. May 19th. And what did we get from May 19th? We got fuck all. I don't have it charted on there. I've got it over on one of the other ones. So no, maybe I don't. But we got a 3.3% dip. That's it. Nothing but a 3.3% dip. We haven't had a minus 1% day this month in June. We haven't had a minus 2% day over on the QQQ since all the way back here on April the 30th. So get ready, because it doesn't keep going without giving you one after all that time. Over on the IWM, you haven't had a minus 1% day since the very first day of the month. So again, get ready, because IWM don't do that kind of thing. So let's bring you over here with the full moon. The full moon took place last night. I hope you guys enjoyed it, or it took place on the 11th. Yeah, last night. Took place over there on the 11th. The strawberry moon. We couldn't see it over here because of the storm that's been over there, the clouds, the rain, and everything else, but you had your full moon. And a lot of people sit there and go, well, what's this full moon thing, because, and I've told you, take your own time. Go ahead. Just like here on your SPY chart, which, again, Fibonacci spiral, absolutely magnificent. Absolutely beautiful. May 19th comes along, and all we get is a 3% dip after having run better than 20%? Seriously? So, what's happened here is we've evolved into, like we've shared, the ending diagonal. The ending diagonal is only now into the 3rd, and we have started now the 4th wave. So now we can start tracking where our downside is. And our downside has unchanged. Looking here just at the 5-day chart on the SPX, having made that move up to 60.59, and everybody, this is going to happen again. It's happening again. And then you got your little dip yesterday. We still have not taken out 59.86. 59.86 is not the entire gap, but 59.86 was the entire gap from the gap up over there on the fake China trade deal, which is going to be fake and continue to be fake because yesterday was a repetition of December 2nd, 2018. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to December 2, 2018, have a look for yourself. I've shared the tweet with you. You can go and look at the China deal came out and what happened after that. So the gap that does fill, though, is down here at 59.38, 59.38, 59.39. And then you've got your 59.21, your 5-day lows, your lows from last week, Thursday. So where are we? Well, this is where we are because we've been forced to transition this into a bullish ending diagonal. So what we're looking at here is our 1, 2 is done. There is our 3. Hoi. And now we are into our wave 4. And our wave 4 with quad witching OPEX next week, again with the FOMC meeting, is only supposed to bring us down into around this lower 5,900 area. That's all that we should get. And after that, on upward into that 6,150, into that 6,200 area. That is what is being expected. We will be able to make that decision after the FOMC meeting next week because, as I've shared with you from December, never had a trade that good before in my life. Never. Not in the course of 3 hours. $75. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Never had a trade that great in my life, ever. 3 hours. 3 hours from 1 o'clock into the close. $75 per contract, 6,000 puts, 75 cents. They went to $124.90. $12,490 per contract. This is FOMC in December. The table is set for Jerome Powell to be able to take advantage of this in next week, Wednesday's FOMC meeting, with the rumor that Scott Bessent is going to be the next Fed chairman. So, where are we? Let's get you into that again. We've got our wave 3 top. That's exactly what's been expected, completely expected. You've blown your load. Our wave 4 dip should only take us down into the lower 5,900s, and then we get the bullish upper move into the 6,100s, into the 6,200s, and then we get a proper dip. Because again, we haven't had that minus 5% move yet. 57.57 is where it would be as of right now at 60.59, which would essentially take you back down here to the May 21, May 22 lows. That's about it. Come over onto the SPX, and again, your full moon. Now, here's where I have a major problem with all of this, because coming off of your COVID low into your 2022 high, down into your 2022 low, your ABC, 1, 2, 3, whatever you call it, 61.19 is exactly the 100 extension. And all that we did was exactly that. And you rarely, ever, ever see that in a bull move. So, whatever, we're calling it, A, B, 1, 2, 3. This is our 4. And now we are into that bullish wave 5 that could take us up into the 7,000s. That's what everybody's expecting, because you fractionally hit that 61.19 and broke it back at the end of last year. So where are we on this full moon? Well, let's take a look, because this is what you're looking at with your full moon. And as I've shared, all that it is just simply something that I took notice to, because I used to do some trading which involved planetary alignments more than a decade ago. The full moon got interesting to me when one of the members mentioned it, and I went over and I had a look, and lo and behold, I've gone all the way back to 2001, and you can virtually tie your technical setup with your Elliott wave with a number of other indicators together, and when you see your full moon lines up together with it, you could start to get a little bit confident about where your move is going and where you're going to be heading into after that. So here's your full moon yesterday. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed it. Over on the QQQ, again, coming off of the lows back in April, 1, 2, 3, a very, very, very shallow 4, if that's what we're going to call it, and then this being the 5, or is this the plus 33.4% wave 3? And only the wave 4, let's move this around. only takes us down fractionally into this dip zone, and then wave 5 takes us up to QQQ 777. Is that what we're looking at? Well, we'll find out, because tariffs are going to be taking a toll on earnings. The end of the quarter is coming up here June 30th, and quad OPEX is when all the trading takes place, which is next week, with the FOMC meeting in it. So on the bulls, I wish you the greatest of luck that you are going to get anything higher than where you already are. Over here for the week, QQQ, where did we come down to? Fuck you, 528.61. Once again this morning on the overnight lows, 528.61. I'm going to brand toilet paper as 528.61 so that you can wipe your ass with that. On the Dow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks perfectly clean. Nothing wrong with that. And you've got a little bit of Dow news coming out this morning, which is going to have a little bit of an impact on the Dow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the week of the weakest indexes. Well off of the all-time highs, and you got a couple of little gaps there that are going to be filled. And bring you over to the IWM before I bring you on to a couple of stocks. 25.74% move on the IWM, and you have gaps to be filled, and they are some pretty big fucking gaps that go all the way down to when Joe Biden won on November 9th, and the COVID cure came out 5 minutes prior to them announcing that he won, way down here at 181.73. Let's see what the let's see brings us. So that's what I got for you on that. I'm going to bring you to a couple of charts and let you go. And here we go. Start you off with Boeing getting its fucking ass spanked this morning. And hey, man, I never wish this kind of shit to ever happen to anybody, because it scares the living hell out of me, because I don't like being on them. But we've got a passenger plane that has crashed, a British passenger plane going over there to India. That's the news that Jimmy O shared. He's over there in the UK, and that is the reason why you have this big drop here on Boeing. Caught a lot of shit about Boeing because the May 30th or whatever expiration was didn't work out. Still have some June 20th, but again, you've got a pretty big move taking place here on Boeing from 214 close down here at 194 right now. You're already down 20 points. And from the bigger, broader, wider view on Boeing, again, that 185 area was where okay, that's it. Boeing has made enough of a move. This is where we're getting short, which is right over here in the beginning of May, and it didn't work. Well, here we are getting a move to the downside here. So, again, I don't like why it's taking place, but it is taking place. Stocks are stocks, charts are charts, and this is where we're at. Over on silver, that was a nice forced move up there above that 33. It was a really nice move. 33.31 again, very nice move. But now here you go with your, silver's trying to be gold, and your little bit of a dip on silver. I'd just caution anybody who's trying to be uber bullish on silver having broken above this 30.40, because that 30.40's been there for a pretty good reason. Go all the way back to, we got to go back even further than 5 years. 20 years. There we go. That 30.40 had been a problem for quite some time. And coming off of the lows way back here in COVID, you're still trying to make a little bit of a push, but you have made the bare minimum up to that 33.31. Can you get up into the 35s and into that 38? I do not see that possible without having a retracement to the downside. So I caution you on pushing for, being uber bullish on silver. You got your run. It's good enough. Apple, 260.10 all-time highs. We're down here below 200. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to do the math to say Apple is fucked. But this is the reason why I've been cautioning about it in the room, talking about this white trend line. This trend line and how I don't like Apple below 200. I'm not aggressive about getting into Apple below 200, even though all that it is a hedge fund that makes phones. I can see Apple being down here in the 160, 170s during the course of this summer. That line comes from right there, the 2022 lows, which is actually beginning of 2023 when it bottomed, and over here on your lows back in April of 2024. And that's where that trend line comes. And I've seen that trend line be so significant during the course of this correction that we've been in. I just personally, I don't like being aggressive on Apple below 200 because I also understand the fact that Apple's at 200, but 260 is its all-time high. It's pretty damn oversold. And so I leave you off here with Meta. Shared the trade over there on Meta, and Meta, here we are, down here at the 688.65. Can we get below that 688.65 to make that 705, 702.50, 700 call credit spread a little bit more, happy and comfortable? We should be seeing that today, and we'll be looking down here somewhere around that 675, 677 area, which would make that trade look just, never mind, close it at a penny tomorrow. But Meta, oh my God. I mean, how? How does it do this? How the hell is it from 88 to 740 and back up here in the 700s? Anyway, not wasting your time on that. Listen, guys, I apologize for wasting your time. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy your morning. And I leave you with something that will at least get you salivating a little bit.
Fried pancake steak and egg sandwich with a crunchy exterior. I'm pouring pancake batter and our trusty spider here, and it's gonna leak some dots out of the bottom, and we're gonna reincorporate these crunchy bits at the end. We're gonna hit it with some steak. Now I've seared this rare because it's gonna cook again in the oil. I've got an egg on top, hit it with some cheese, some chives on top, and now we're gonna spice it up with some hot sauce. Now we're gonna get these crunchy bits all out of the oil. I said we were gonna reincorporate these, and I wasn't lying. And now we're gonna take those crunchy bits that we recovered from the oil and press them over the entire top of this pancake sandwich. We're gonna recover these and use them for another fried pancake sandwich, so you can serve the whole family with multiple portions. And now we're gonna deep fry this. And look at those beautiful bubbles on top. It's an excellent texture to the outside. Some crispy bits on the outside. The soft interior. Hit it with maple syrup to sweeten it up.